Think we're live?
Yes, sir. Hi, how's everybody doing today? My name is Mo. I'm here with my boy Leroy, and we're late. I had some personal banking stuff I had to take care of. If anybody has ever been in a bank for 2 hours, some personal banking stuff I had to take care of. I was in a bank for over 2 hours and not even applying for a house. It was crazy.
Yikes.
It was just switching bank accounts around. So, and it's like, that nowadays with staffing and stuff, they just have such a hard time keeping up with everything. Hi, Ella, if you're still here. I don't know who's still here.
This is like an hour ago.
Yeah. We appreciate everybody who was here, who stopped in and gave us the support. Again, we apologize. I apologize. Mo wanted to switch to next week, but my commitment is my commitment. But I couldn't get this lady at the bank to hurry faster. But she was one of those, like, you go to the bank and they are actually very informative. They're not pushing you out the door. So it was like she was really helping us a lot. That's it being robbed. Yeah, Michelle, I'm telling you. I got nervous, right? So we're in the bank, Michelle, right? It's Michelle, right? Mo?
I think so.
I'm saying it correctly.
I don't know which. Yeah. The message a couple. Yeah.
So Michelle, I'm in the bank, and the lady, like, the bank closed at 5. Okay, we didn't get into the seat. We were there. I was there at, like, say 4:15 because I knew they closed at 5. I didn't see the teller until 4:45. At 6:15, we were still there. At 6:30, we were still there, and I got nervous because the agent, her phone was having messages come up. I could see it on the other side of her desk. I said, I'm not trying to be nosy, but you might want to check that just so it's not like the security company. It's not the security company. Like, we have an alarm. There's people in the bank. The bank's been closed for an hour and a half.
Yikes! I'm surprised they let you stay in there for that long.
Yeah, it was. But this lady worked at the bank. She's on her 45th year for the same company.
Wow, she's older than the bank.
Yeah. Yep. Pick in Vegas and beyond. What is going on? How are you? Thank you for joining.
Well, I hope everything turned out well. I didn't rush you there too much.
No. I got it all straightened out. It was just confusing. But hold on. Trying to get my other shoe off.
I got time to mess with the.
Ow!
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, that was my hip not going the right way.
Well, yeah. Don't go the wrong way with your hip. Hip surgery is no fun, from what I've heard.
So what were you doing, Mo?
What are we doing?
Yeah, what's going on here?
Oh, nothing. I have no idea.
You said to meet you.
You said to meet you where?
You said to meet me here. Meet me here. I know your day's not as exciting as it was yesterday.
I couldn't even hear that, but yeah. And hips don't lie.
Yeah, well, I was trying to bend my leg the wrong way, Tommy, to take my shoe off. Because as you can see, I'm not in the warehouse.
I bent my knee the wrong way once. That turned into a nice ACL surgery, so don't do that.
Now, was it your left knee, your right knee, or?
The left knee is ACL. The right entire leg is shattered by sitting down on the soccer field. I literally just slipped on the ball and sat down. And the whole thing just, I don't know what happened. It just shattered.
Oh, gosh.
That was a lot of fun, though.
Oh, gosh. So, Mo.
Yes.
Question.
Yes.
What was your day like yesterday?
I can't remember. What did I do yesterday?
Yesterday was the day after Tuesday, the
After
day
Tuesday.
before Thursday.
Is that Friday? No, that's Wednesday.
No. What was your day like?
It wasn't too bad. I got to meet Fundy 1K.
No way.
Yes. And the guy's legit.
He's a real guy.
He's a real person, and he really goes to thrift stores.
He goes to thrift stores.
Oh my goodness, both knees replaced. Okay, so I can't complain then. I cannot complain.
My uncle had both knees replaced at the same time. Who?
Oh, Derek. I had to prove that I am actually a human being. I'm not some kind of robot.
No, he's a businessman. Did he try to talk you into getting curb painting?
Mm-mm.
He didn't.
No, he did not.
I think it's like $25.
You already asked about it? It's
No.
a little far. I mean, he'd have to charge you for 2 air tickets, I'm guessing, and then.
No, for you. Do they have that near your house or no? Do your neighbors have it?
I think I don't even know if I have numbers in front of my house. I have to go outside and take a look. I have no idea. Probably.
Well, how's your pizza guy gonna know where to drop off the pizza?
I'm usually standing on the sidewalk screaming at him. So I mean, he was like,
it's this house.
I'm hungry. For goodness sakes. Didn't know his new name. Oh yeah, I thought that was his name, right? Was it Fundy?
That was his name when he turned 100K. I think
he hit 100K.
Dante, or I don't want to give the wrong person, but it was one of those guys that I came up with. I think I know who it was, but I don't want to say the wrong person. So
yeah, no, it was a lot of fun though. We spent at least 2 or 3 hours in there in that one store. And
one store?
And he came from another store before then. I was late. I got there like at, I don't know, 11. He's already been to, I think, at least one other place on the other side of the city.
Michelle said the road I live on is
invisible to delivery drivers. Yeah,
I think. What's going on, Harry?
Hey, Harry.
Thank you for coming back, Harry.
Thank you, Tommy, Harry, Michelle. And picking Vegas and beyond, what is your name, if you don't mind me asking? Sorry.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes. Oh, he is. If he said both knees replaced, then my goodness, that's an ordeal.
They say not to get them both done at the same time, but like my Uncle Raymond, he passed away now, but he did at the same time. And we got the man, the myth, the legend. We got
Zach Morris.
Cameron Toolman in the house.
Oh, yeah. It's Cameron. Sorry. I thought it was Zach Morris. Are you in a hotel room, Leroy?
No, I'm at my house.
I think he's talking about you have nice paintings in the background. I think that's what he's talking about. You have very, evenly, actually, you're synchronized pretty well. You have, I don't know what's behind you.
I used to hang pictures. I used to hang $1 million pictures at a museum. So
look, those look level, and then actually even the light above is, I don't know if that's a light or
the light.
That's a light. Even that's pretty symmetrical. The only thing that's not is the sprinkler. That's a little bit off center.
Off.
You need to move that. That's
I should probably move that.
Yes, I'd move it like 6 inches to the right.
You grab a cord and you just pull it, right?
Yeah, that's what you do. Or you throw a hammer at it until it breaks and then it falls down. That's what I usually do.
Oh, thanks, Cameron. Thanks for telling me my house looks like a hotel room. Make me feel trashy.
Hey, hotel rooms are nice. I haven't been in one in a while.
You want to hear my sprinkler head story?
Go for it.
I'm working at Amica Mutual Insurance in Lincoln, Rhode Island. I did facilities over there, and they had a fitness center, and they had a beautiful aerobics area. The ceilings weren't that high; they were about 8 feet.
Okay.
And people would go in there and stretch and exercise. Well, this one guy, He went in and he would do jump ropes.
Barbecue meat in there. I'm thinking I should chop the barbecue meat in there, and that's good, or just leave it and have it separately.
Yeah, that's good.
Chop it in or leave it separately.
You can chop it in.
Thank you. Can I add some? Can I add some strawberries with that and a tomato?
She was asking about barbecue meat. You eat strawberries with your barbecue meat?
So he's jump roping.
Yes.
Hits the sprinkler head with the jump rope.
Oh,
now I don't know if anybody here has ever seen one of those go off. It is not easy to get to the valves. Like the valves are like.
Well, you're talking about the valves and a sprinkler beyond.
To shut them off. Sometimes you got to do a main valve. Gotcha. They had to replace half of the first floor carpeting, the basement carpeting.
Oh no!
And all the aerobics flow
from one sprinkler head.
From one sprinkler head.
Because he broke the pipe or something.
Because he pulled the spinner down. But it wouldn't matter.
So it just kept going and going and going.
Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered.
Well, I know where the shut-off valve is now in the front of my house, at least, because I had that.
But you don't have sprinklers in your house.
Do we have? No, not inside our house. No.
No, I do because I live. So. I do because I live in condo housing.
Okay. So that's all. This is all like rules and regulations type stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, and when you have this, you gotta have flood insurance because the thing that stinks here is I don't know how many zones are. I should ask because I used to do all this when I was in the union.
Yeah.
But I don't know how many units are associated with mine. It's more than one.
Okay.
So, if my neighbors cook and and something happens with the sprinkler system, I'm on the bottom floor, so I'm losing everything.
So your sprinklers would go off?
Possibly. I don't know that whole system. Like I said, I don't know.
Okay.
But I do know that we're gonna get wet.
Yikes! Wouldn't it be like a cutoff?
I got 3 floors above me.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh boy.
Like I was thinking about the other day, like the only thing that I'd worry about really is just my computer. That's the only thing I care about really.
So today we're no longer a reselling channel. We do facility management and
yes.
So if you have questions about how to pull down a sprinkler head the wrong way, we're your guys.
Yeah, don't do jump roping in your living room.
You know, my mom used to jump. I think she still jump ropes every morning.
That's so healthy.
She does like 50. She's like 75. So
jump roping is very, very good for you.
Yeah, her doctor just don't do it.
Bad. I got ankles. My ankles are so bad.
No, she was making fun of me because I couldn't do more than I was doing. What did I do? I did like 15 or 20. She's like, I do 50. I'm like, oh, okay, great.
That and like pull-ups. I
can't do pull-ups.
If I could do 2 pull-ups, I'm doing something. I could do about 15 push-ups.
You can do 15 push-ups. Pull-ups are harder because I remember we were at some park and then I tried to do a pull-up and then my wife was laughing. She's like, okay, no, this is how you do it. And then she did 20. No, she did 18.
We started doing push-ups. I do push-ups every Sunday. I do push-ups twice on Sundays.
How many do you do?
About 15.
Okay.
So my pastor decided that he's going to start doing push-ups before his sermon.
So pump the blood, or just...
So the men have to do push-ups with him if they can.
In a suit?
No, we don't wear suits at my church.
Are you wearing a tie?
No.
Are you in slacks and a shirt?
I don't change any different than what I have on, buddy.
Wow. Okay. I'm just saying, like, it'd be hard.
No. What you see here is what you get there.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, I was about to say, if you're in a full suit doing push-ups, then wow.
No, there are a couple guys. There are a couple of deacons. Or yeah.
I could never do many push-ups. I used to be able. Sit-ups were not a problem for me. Many years ago. But now sit-ups are more of a problem than push-ups, I would say.
I bet you, and I'm not being mean.
Yes.
But I would think in the reselling community that most of the women are more in shape than the men.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Like the only one that I know that I could put money on, that's not saying the only one, but the first one that comes to my head is Anthony, because we know that Anthony does like
Anthony's probably doing one-handed pull-ups and drinking coffee with black, no sugar, no milk.
Yeah, as he's changing the blades in his lawnmower.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, who would you say is? Do you think Anthony's the fittest reseller on YouTube?
No. There's some that I'm not gonna call names out, but there's because we don't know. We only know one side of what everybody like. People, they think they know me or you, and they don't know me or you. They know one side. Speaking of the man, the myth, the legend,
I bet Derek could do. How many pull-ups do you think Derek could do?
How many pull-ups do I think Derek can do? I'm gonna say, Derek. No offense, my friend. I'm gonna say Derek can do about 4.
I can't do 1. I'll just say that.
I could do maybe 1. Maybe 1. My arms are so long.
Yeah.
That pull-up, I'm not a big fan.
Hey, and it doesn't count if you can touch the ground with your feet while you're doing the pull-ups, because then you can just cheat and touch the ground every time you come down.
Bounce. You can bounce.
No, that's not a pull-up.
You gotta tuck your legs.
That's
back.
That's called jumping.
Here's
I think he could do 10. See, he said I can do it solid 5.
Yeah.
I have 1, and it looks like I'm like doing some kind of wave thing, just kind of like throw myself up there somehow, and I'll get to 1.
Do you think if you jumped out of your office right now, do you think you could run a mile?
Non-stop?
Yeah.
What do you mean by run? Like I could go non-stop.
Jog a mile, no walking, non-stop. You leave your office right now.
Probably not. I'll be honest with you. Probably not.
I think I could.
Maybe a half a mile.
Huh?
Hey Tracy, how's it going?
Hey Tracy, how are you?
We're trying to figure out who the fit. You know what? Harry's here. This is perfect. Harry, we have a list for you if you'd ever want to do it. Top 10 fittest resellers, in your opinion. So it's a positive thing. You're not going to put down anybody. But I'm just throwing that out there because I know Harry does his list. I love his list.
People, well, what do you mean? I'm more fitter than me. You know how these people are.
It's an opinion. You're not putting anybody down. I would not make the list. It's very obvious. So
I wouldn't make the list either. But I do think that if I had to run a mile, I could run a mile.
I used to.
I
know
think
you used to run marathons.
Tracy goes to the gym, so I know Tracy could run.
Yeah, I think Tracy and Tommy would probably be maybe that would be a good fit duo. They might make the list. To make it to the bathroom, does that count? Yes, I'm right there with you, Michelle. I will not be making this list. I don't know, Cameron. You seem to be somebody that's full of energy. I don't know.
Yeah, but Budweisers don't count.
No, he seems like more of a coffee guy. I doubt he's drinking Budweisers before he goes to work.
He's smart if he does.
Ugh, if you can pull that off, I'd fall asleep by noon if I did that. Top 10 beard reseller list.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Can I grow this a little bit? Just try and get on there. I can't grow further than this, though. But the problem is I never look like I shaved as well.
I'll tell you, the other day I saw Mike January House. He was on the show.
Yeah.
And, his beard he looked like Tim from over the years for a minute.
Mike's got the hair and the beard. He's got both of them going.
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness. Yeah, no, Tim's got a good looking beard.
I haven't been to the gym for a few months.
Could ride my bike to the local store. I'm out of beard. Is that legal? I guess as long as you don't open.
It's not legal. No.
Is it legal to have a 6-pack and ride your bike?
Not have the 6-pack, but you can get a DUI on a bike.
Like a pedaling, not a motorbike.
Oh yeah, it's driving. It's impaired. It's just like being drunk in public.
What about a skateboard?
No.
So nothing with wheels and alcohol. Wheels and alcohol don't mix.
No.
Okay. I've been in the gym for a few months. Where are we running? No, we're trying to figure out who the fittest resellers are. And we've already taken ourselves off the list, so that's a given.
I'm very competitive. So if somebody bet me,
I think I'm more competitive than you, but I'm also the least athletic person in the world. So I'd break my leg trying to beat you at something.
Yeah, but do you think that if you had to, seriously, do you think you could go and run a mile right now with nonstop?
If you put something like you put some money on it or you did something to make it worth my while, yes.
Tracy, you're correct. We thought the same thing.
BUI. There you go.
BUI. Biking under the influence.
There you go. She put Anthony on that too.
Yeah, that's what I said. You're really low. You're really elite. How about an RUI?
Running under the influence?
Nope.
That's usually what happens when you get busted and you try and take off.
No, reselling under the influence.
I've done that many times.
I've done SUI. I used to do those a lot.
Shipping?
Nope. You're right there though.
SUI, shipping, swearing,
nope.
sitting,
nope. Come
sipping.
On, somebody in the chat got to think of what an SUI is.
Sleeping?
Nope.
I'm going the wrong way, right? Sourcing.
You are so close, but yet so far away.
It's not shipping, it's not sourcing, but it's reselling related.
Yes, Michelle. Thank you.
I said sourcing.
No, shopping was the word.
Yeah, I've done that plenty of times, Derek.
Derek is sick. Shipping.
Luckily, both driving. I don't have any more. Riding a bike repaired. I've never been caught. Oh my goodness.
What happened?
Yeah.
Luckily, driving a boat,
and then that's a big deal.
That's a big deal too.
With boats. They like I saw a sign when the last time I went to the beach that said, no alcohol allowed on any vehicles. Vessels.
They call it vessels, right?
Vessels, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. I do when I was like 21 those. Oh no. Yeah, I'm not making light of it, but that's
no, it's not anything.
That's no fun.
You know what bothers me, and I don't want to get into this too much, but there were years where when I was younger, I would never even have a sip of alcohol and drive. Like until I was about 40.
I'm the same way.
I wouldn't even
go to your house.
I wouldn't go to your house and have a beer and drive.
Yeah, that's weird. I was like that. I used to get made fun of because of that.
Yeah, me too. Because
you were like you're pushing 200 pounds and you have an issue. Like, I do have an issue with that. Maybe it's a mental issue.
I wouldn't have one sip and drive.
Yeah. A huge lake we used to boat in. I wasn't worried about too much. Okay.
Yeah, but what if you hit the Loch Ness Monster?
I'm not in Scotland. Hey, Heidi, how's it going?
Heidi, what's up?
Wait, we've kind of lost our topic here. I thought we were going on healthy resellers, or I don't know if it's healthy or the fittest.
We went from healthy resellers to drinking and everything in.
Oh my goodness! I mean, we should have I think we talked about this before. Reseller Olympics of some kind. If we ever have a group of people, and we could have like small events. It doesn't have to be a mile. It could be like a 100-yard dash or something. I can do that though. Back in the day, I could run a mile in. Could you ever run a 4-minute mile? Karen's at the beach. That's an awesome screen name, by the way. Leroy's muted, I think. The tricky stores are way more funny than the healthy ones. That's true. It's Harry's fault talking about drinking beers. You're muted, buddy.
You want to hear something funny? I literally have gotten a got pulled over while walking drunk. And the cop dropped me off at my house.
Nice.
He's like, "Hey, where you going?" I'm like, "Going home." He's like, "You can't be walking." I said, "Why? I can't be driving." And he goes, "How much did you drink?" And I said, "Like 8 beers." He said, he goes, "Can I see your license, please?" I give him my license. He goes, "Mr. Leroy, I'm going to give this back in Rhode Island." He goes, "I'm going to give you a ride to the house. I don't want to see you walking on this road." I said, "All right, no problem." I said, "Could you drop me off?" Because I lived like right near a store. I was still living at home with my parents at the time. I said, "Could you drop me off just down the street a little?" He goes, "Why? You don't want me to drive in the driveway, put the lights on, and say Leroy's home?" I said, "Please don't do that." My father.
You should have asked him to take you to the local liquor store. Like
No.
it's a store on the corner. I just need a bottle of this. No. No good story starts with, "Well, I was cooking kale." I don't think I've ever cooked kale. Exactly. No, I usually many years ago, the cops would do what you actually were going to say there. They usually say, "You know what? Give your friend your keys, or give me your keys, and then walk home." They didn't care about giving. What kind of cops are these that are giving you rides just for that?
Yeah, and down here, it's even. I've seen it happen here.
That wouldn't happen around here.
I've seen a down here. I was at Delaney's, and I seen a cop call an Uber for a guy.
What?
Yep.
I don't think that would happen here.
Yep. Down here, that's the scary thing is down here, and I've seen everybody has their own opinions. So
yes.
But I've seen people have like way too much to drink. And so it's different in the South where I am. You don't see many people getting in trouble for DUIs. There's guns down here. So you see more people getting in trouble for shooting and killing someone.
Yikes.
A lot of domestic and stuff like that. But before I moved here, you would go to like a club or a downtown area and they would have security and they would have, down here, they have cops in the bar. Like, I don't feel comfortable drinking even 3 beers when I know there's a cop on the other side of the bar. Like,
I wouldn't feel comfortable being in there. I'd be like, I'm going to find the next place.
It happens over here. I know the cops very well. And I see, "Hey, Chad, what's going on, buddy? Hey, Leroy, how are you? You good?" "Yep, I'm good, sir." "Okay."
Have you ever seen the movie Superbad?
No.
Okay.
No.
You don't know what I'm talking about then. If anyone in the chat has seen Superbad, let me know. Because there's a big part in it where 2 cops are inside a bar and they're okay.
Yeah. And I don't want anybody if anybody watches this back or I'm not saying anything is right. Because a lot of bad things come from drinking.
Yeah.
But, it's just a friendly conversation. So I don't want anybody, I'm not trying to get into all that with anyone.
Let's go do some cooking. See, they've seen Superbad. Sorry. Leroy doesn't watch movies. But just so you know, there's a big part in it, like good 20 minutes, where 2 cops are sitting they're in bars and drinking and stuff. So,
oh well, I've seen that guy, that cop that I said. Yeah. I've seen him out of uniform, cocked out of his mind.
Oh, out of uniform though, right?
Out of uniform.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. But he told me, and I can't believe this. So, as a police, see up north, it's different. As a police officer, they have the right to carry the firearms anywhere.
Okay.
As a police officer or law enforcement.
Yeah.
He said down here he cannot carry his gun a lot of places when he's off duty.
Off duty. Gotcha. I guess that's so you can't intimidate when you're not in uniform, and or whatever.
But how many times do you see somebody save a cop save a life because he had his gun on him when he was off duty?
Yeah. That's
happens
true.
a lot.
That's true. Well, maybe it's like a conceal and carry type thing as well. He's also a citizen, right?
Yeah.
So maybe he's just working as a civilian, or I don't know how that works, but you know what I mean.
I threw a message over in the private.
Yes, I did see that, and I think it's a good idea.
I think it was spelt wrong. I think it's spelt wrong.
No, it's not.
Okay,
that's right. I can.
we can work on that.
Yeah. I think we'll do that for
because I
next time.
think that's what this is becoming.
Isn't it a white? Wouldn't it be instead of down, it'd be up?
No, because a work day, so you wind down.
Okay, I gotcha. Just so you guys know, we're trying to figure out a name for what we're doing here instead of my 2 resellers. So Leroy had some ideas.
How was the flea market scene been, Leroy? I'm super excited about it. It's finally not hot anymore. I got myself some tents. I got my setups in my pocket to where I feel comfortable. I got all my stuff in my van. It's going well right now for me. I started my store back up, so I got 50 items on my store. I've been trying to do about 15 to 20 a day. So that's a little slow. eBay's a little slow because of that, but like I got 3 more bigger shows coming up in the next month or 2.
See, I think what you might have confused people a little bit when you said you're closing down your store, and they thought, he's just not reselling. It's more like you've shifted where you're selling your stuff. Like,
it was a cycle.
Yeah.
It was just a cycle. It was to cycle the lower end and items that I can sell elsewhere. No. Even though eBay's platform is always the best bang for my buck, but any of the items, like I pulled everything down and only 150 are going back on eBay. The rest of it got tagged and it's going to the flea markets.
No.
That's still good stuff, but it's worth more to me out there than it is in my store, and I can switch stuff around. There's a lot of things, like there was a lot of like item Pacifics that I didn't want to mess with. There was a lot of promoted that I didn't want to mess with. So there was a big reason why I did what I did. I tell you guys the short end of it, but starting fresh, that gives me like more time to pay attention to my item Pacifics now, because I had like, when I pull up that task on the side, I had like 160, and I know some of you guys have a lot more than that. I had 160 recommended. I had like 8 that had to be done right away. I had messages. Like, I don't want to see anything in that task. Talking to Mo and talking to some other people on YouTube, I'm not saying eBay can monitor that task, but when it's in red, it doesn't look good.
Yeah. I have 1,226. Thank goodness. Recommended. Yeah.
And then even with my promoted, so now I'm able to promote everything, to promote to item Pacifics, and I don't know how it happens. I think we all go through this. I don't know how it happens, but man, I'm going through my boxes when I was changing. I know that wasn't in. I know there was like 200 items that were not listed in my store that were in my bins.
I
just started doing a lot of auctions, because if you do auctions, yeah, that happens. It ends and you don't pay attention. You don't put it back up.
Yeah.
So that's the in-depth reason why I did what I did. A lot of people they didn't understand it. Nothing happened. I didn't get in trouble. I'm back up in listing every day. There was just so many things that I wanted to clean up, and I wanted to I still have a lot. I have a lot of stuff that needs to be listed. About 300 items where it never gets listed because I'm so focusing on all the other stuff.
I probably have way more than that, unfortunately. I need to. I started. I mean, I'm always doing this, going through inventory. But I always find inventory that's not listed, like you said. It sucks. I mean, everything you can think of is not listed. I don't know how that happens, but it does. It's just, yeah, not good. But have you seen a jump though in your sales because you got rid of everything, you relisted everything?
No, I haven't sold a thing. I sold one item, but I've only been listing since Tuesday.
I think you're going to see some kind of a bump somewhere. Yeah. Hey, Katie, how's it going?
Katie Reeds is in the house. Katie, I hope your two very special people are doing well, Mr. Dante and I forgot her name. Goodness. I call her little Katie. But your daughter. Izzy.
Extending list. Deleted 50 items. Ouch.
Yeah, I heard her say that in one of her lives.
Oh man. See, I
wish you don't realize how many. I don't care who you are. It reminds me of YouTube.
Yes.
Where people are like, hey, you're not subscribed to me. Yes, I am. I know I'm subscribed to you, and you just get deleted. And I feel that happens with eBay. I really do. I'm telling you, I'm going through my stuff.
It does.
Everything that I took off, I'm not done, but 1 through 700 is done. It's all priced for the flea market or put into the bin for back on eBay.
Yeah.
And there's stuff that I know, and a good amount. Like I said, almost 200 items.
No, it always happens. I want to say 5% of my inventory, maybe not 3 to 5% just disappears from my inventory list. I don't know what happens. If I pull a bin of 20 items, I guarantee you there's a couple in there that are not listed.
My loony bins, whereabouts are you from South Carolina?
Good evening. Go. Yeah, it's good. It's evening in South Carolina, 7:40 your time.
Yeah, and we're gonna be courteous of other people's time, so we're gonna jump off at 5 minutes of 8.
Oh, did the show start? Kind of.
No, we're still in the green room. You just have a VIP pass.
Yeah. Got a fast pass.
Yep.
Aiken, next to the GA border. Okay.
Oh, you live. And so is Aiken considered Anderson County?
I was watching one of your videos. I think you were going around. There was like a fair. There were like booths and a fair. I'm pretty sure I was watching one of your videos just like a couple days ago. Just
about time I got a VIP pass.
It's not a good thing. If you're a VIP on our channel, that means it doesn't mean much.
Yeah. It's not like you have a Dave and Buster's VIP pass or something.
That would be fun. I want a Dave and Buster's VIP. That was Lucky 7. Yep. I was watching that. Yeah. I haven't been to any kind of fair. I haven't even been to a flea market in I can't remember how long. Been to thrift stores, but not a flea market.
I love flea markets.
Do cost breakdowns on my videos. That's right. Yeah. I think I was watching. He does a really good job on cost breakdowns.
Well, I'm gonna have to check you out because I don't think I'm subscribed. And thank you for hanging out with us. It's one of the first times I've seen you in here.
Some nice classic cars at sale, Leroy. Nice.
Oh, when I was in Charlotte, yeah.
Did you buy any?
No, I was gonna ask Tracy if I can borrow some money. There was a couple that were like $32,000.
If I had the money, I'd buy one of the, like a not panel van. What do you call it? Panel station wagon.
The panel vans, like I showed you, yeah.
Yeah, but like the one in, if you haven't seen any National Lampoon's
What's
movies.
up, Karen?
Karen's at the beach.
Is she really?
That would be cool if she lived at the beach. She like lives in Malibu or something, or
maybe Karen has
Miami
a beach
Beach.
house and she's at the beach house for the summer.
She might be. That'd be cool. I live nowhere near the beach. Let's go, Leroy. No,
Yeah, there was some cool cars. I'm just not into cars. Yeah, that GMC truck, Paul, was bananas. I literally left my stand, Paul, walked away from my stand and went and took pictures of that thing. This guy must have had 140,000 invested in this truck.
140,000 on a truck?
Yeah, there was.
What was he selling it for though?
I don't think he was selling it. He was showing it off. You're never gonna get that back.
I know. You're not even that close to it.
You're never, ever, ever gonna get that back.
See, if I was to get a car, if I had a lot of money, I'd invest in what's it called, the 1979 Ford Limited Country Squire station wagon. It's what they drove. It's what Chevy Chase drove across the country, and they stole his tires in Chicago. Learned that Karen lives in New York. New York has beaches? I guess they got the Hamptons. Hamptons has like, yeah, I guess New York has beaches. New York's
No. If she lives in what do you call it? Long Island. Long Island is a big beach.
I took the Long Island Ferry one time.
I always think of the song. It's not a ferry. The San Francisco wagon. The train.
Oh, yeah. What do you call it? Oh my goodness, I'm blanking.
San Francisco tree.
Not a trolley. Why am I saying trolley? Cable cars. Cable cars.
Cable car. I wanted to go when I went to Pittsburgh. They have them there too, and I wanted to go and I never went.
Nothing big about it.
Have you ever been skiing? Have you ever been on like a gondola?
Once.
That's fun.
Didn't turn out well. I fell. That's okay. I didn't break
anything.
How
do you fall on a gondola?
No. When it came off the ski lift. I thought you meant on the ski lift.
Oh, when you were skiing.
So I came off the ski lift. I lasted about 10 yards. I'm like, okay, this is good. And then boom, 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 boom. That was it.
I got stuck on a regular ski lift it was 28 degrees. It was windy, and we got stuck. A piece of the cable came off track, not in our line up top, and I got stuck for about 50 minutes, just dangling in the wind.
Oh my goodness, that'd be like my biggest fear of just dangling in the wind like that.
Land Shark Picker, what's up, buddy?
What's going on, Craig? I'm getting a 1980s Plymouth Conquest. Nice. Conquest kind of looks like that old 1980s Porsche almost. It's got the same kind of design. The one that I think in that Tom Cruise movie.
Tracy, it wasn't like there was no mechanical issue in between the rails that I was. So I wasn't like dangling where it was like unsafe. It just wasn't moving. So they have big wheels. I think you guys know, but there's big wheels when you come off of them. And I think the piece of the cable came off the wheel.
And you just got stuck there.
Nobody got hurt. It was just there was a mechanical issue.
I nearly slipped. I haven't got like that. It was at one of those what do you call it? Those traveling fairs, and then it had one of those rides that spins around like this. It wasn't around like this. I was too small to be in the ride, So I slipped underneath the seatbelt thing, and I was hanging there while it was going around. My legs were dangling, and it kept hitting the outside of it hit the ground a couple of times. I thought I broke my leg, but I didn't. I don't like carnivals now. For sure. Yeah, that's so sad. Oh, man.
Tracy, I agree with you. Jennifer, what's going on? The blue tip.
Coming way back from YouTube.
I'm live. Thanks. Tracy, I agree with you. That's why we're only doing one show a week.
Yeah. We want to make sure that we've got something to talk about too. For me, it's tough. I mean, I don't know how you guys do it. I mean, it's tough to come up with hours and hours and hours of stuff to talk about. My hat goes off to you guys that can do that. Listing some old pictures from 50s that I found in the storage unit, and the guys there are driving a 51 Oldsmobile on a 51 Nash Airflight. Nice.
A Nash. Wow, that's an old name.
Nice.
If I was to get a car, if I was to get I want a Model T. Like, I saw one of my favorite.
Did you say Model T?
Yeah. I saw the best one I ever saw this weekend, but it had a souped up engine in it. Like, I want that old, like, banger engine in it. I just want that old, I don't know what they call it.
Can you drive, say, Model T? Can you drive that, though? Is that street legal?
Yeah, Model T is it's just an old Ford truck. 1920.
Yeah, I mean, there are no restrictions. Okay. Top speed of 30 miles an hour. Model T was designed for an age race. You're listening. Not suitable for modern highways. You can't drive it on the highway, though. I mean, I guess you could, but you'd be going 30 miles an hour.
That's about my speed, though.
Yeah. The dudes drove their Oldsmobile in the middle of the train tracks and did a photo shoot.
Look at this, Mo.
That's yours?
Yeah. Yeah, that's mine.
Nice doors. Oh, like that. So you can tell when a car's not driven much when the engine is.
Oh no, that's a show car. Like they that has an enclosed trailer and
chrome engine and all that.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's probably 80 grand.
I mean, you got a lot of time. Oh, there you go. Now that's a classic. Is that a Pinto or a Gremlin?
I think that's a Gremlin.
My cousin's first car was a pea green Pinto.
That was my Ved.
What was your first car?
That was my Ved.
Nice. What was the first car you ever drove?
I ever drove?
Yes.
Oh.
Or ever had, either one.
The first one I ever owned was a 1987 Ford Transit. Ford Taurus wagon.
Oh, I know that car well.
Yeah.
The throw-up mobile.
Is that the throw-up mobile?
Is it Ford Taurus? Is that what it's called? Ford. I think it is.
Oh, unless you had an old school, the LTD. They had the LTD, the square, looked like a surfboard.
I think it was it. I think that was it. That's the throw-up mobile.
What color was it? Please don't say the same color I had.
Was it blue?
No.
This was kind of a gray, one of the kind of that grayish blue, that dark blue, gray blue kind of color.
Mine was tan.
Yeah, no, this wasn't tan. It was a bluish or a grayish, depending on how you describe it. Buick LeSabre, 4-door. Mine was a Honda Civic, 1995.
That wasn't the first one I driven. The first one I driven was a Delta 88. Oldsmobile Delta 88. That's not the year, that's the model.
I couldn't make that out. The first, it sounded like you said Delta A.
A Delta 88. Oldsmobile Delta 88.
Oldsmobile Delta 88.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The first car I ever drove was a Ford Tempo. It was a 1987 Ford Tempo.
Really?
I think it was a Tempo.
What was the most uncomfortable? We're almost leaving, but what was the most uncomfortable car you ever driven?
Comfortable or uncomfortable?
Uncomfortable.
A Mazda Miata.
I drove
like driving a go-kart.
A 1979 Chevy Corvette, and I hated it.
Why?
It was too much front end. You're way down, and it's like, I mean, that front end was like a football field.
Oh, you said 79, right? Not 69? 69. Well, 69 is the Chevy. What do they call it? The Shelby or whatever. The one they always hype up in movies.
A 2003
Toyota Solera. That was wow. By then I was already on my I don't know what number car. 2003. So I have cars for a long time. I've only had a couple of cars, but I keep them forever.
The most expensive car I ever driven was a brand new, it was brand new that year. Porsche Boxster.
Nice. Yeah, Miatas are hard to get into, even for me. I'm not even that tall. But it's like you're sitting 6 inches off the ground. Like if you compare it to any other car, you're like, whoa, I'm way too close to the ground.
Yep. So guys, we have 1 more minute. We would love for you guys to come back. ATL Flipper, what is going on?
Derek, what is going on, man?
We would love for all of you guys to come back next week. We will try to be on time next week. Sorry about the delay today. We really like this time slot. We really appreciate you guys.
Actually, I just watched the ATL Flipper video. He just, I think he gave his mom a brand new car. So that was pretty cool. Talking about cars, he just did a whole video on that. So that was very cool.
So if everybody who's stuck in there through our little mix up today, we really appreciate it. I had some personal stuff to do, and I thought I was going to get done, and I didn't.
No, you're not late. We kind of had a couple mix-ups, like Leroy said.
I mean, we've been on for an hour, but yeah. All right, Mo, what are your last words?
Well, last words are Leroy doesn't know what the – oh, that's what I was going to say. My original thumbnail for this, I changed at the last second because I thought it would really, really – think of the worst sporting team that you could possibly think of, and then I put your head over the main quarterback's picture, and what would that be? That's what the thumbnail was originally.
Rugby?
No. A team that you hate more than anything with a passion.
Patriots.
Your head was over.
I would have not been happy.
I had that up for a second, then I took it down.
No, I wouldn't have been happy. I really would have been happy.
You were Brady, though. All right, those are my last words. I'll leave you with that. Brady.
All right, guys.
My last words.
Please come back and join us next week.
We'll be at 3 o'clock next time. 6 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah.
If we can.
Take care, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.